Welcome to Sunderland RCA TV, your direct line inside the Sunderland LGV Park. You're watching Sunderland RCA TV News on Friday the 28th of July. Coming up in today's bulletin, we look forward to the start of the EBAC League campaign tomorrow afternoon. But first, let's bring you up to date with events in the week. We completed our pre-season programme on Wednesday evening when we travelled to face pitching in Northern Premier League East club Stockton Town, going down to a 4-1 defeat in our final pre-season fixture. However, it was a much improved performance from RCA despite the defeat, going down to a side obviously that reached the playoff final in their division last season. RCA fell behind to a speculative effort from Stephen Thompson in 15 minutes, but they actually struck back to equalise when a well-worked move following a corner led to Stevie Black feeding the ball to Ben Riding, who slotted home his first goal for the club. Unfortunately, a mistake by Matty Wilkinson led to the home side regaining the lead before half-time through an own goal. And RCA then missed a glorious chance to level early in the second half when Danny Earl got his feet all caught up trying to feed the ball out to Jackson Ward, who would have had a clear shot on goal. And then the home side extended their lead with a header before, in the final minute of the game, they added a fourth when substitute goalkeeper James Hopkinson was unable to hold on to a free kick and the loose ball was knocked home. So a 4-1 defeat then in Stockton, but nevertheless there were encouraging signs from the performance and the way the side kept their shape to give Dave Dixon food for thought ahead of tomorrow's opening game. A couple of other bits of club news to bring you before we get onto that preview. The first concerns our reserve team, and Joshua Bowmaker has been appointed by Dom Jones as his assistant, which completes his backroom team following the departure of John Bernickel just over a week ago. So Josh, of course, an experienced member of the reserve team squad and played a big part in the reserve in the first team's run-in at the back end of last season, making a string of performances and appearances for the first team during the relegation scrap at the end of last season. So a lot of experience gained from that, and he now completes the backroom team for Dom Jones, working alongside him and of course reserve team goalkeeping coach Neil Tate. On the subject of appointments, confirmation that the club has appointed Ben Riding as the club captain for the 2023-24 season. In Ben's absence, anytime he's unavailable, Thomas Bott will be fulfilling the role as assistant club captain. So congratulations and well done to Ben. As it happens, and moving on to the preview now tomorrow, Ben will be absent because of a prior commitment that was detailed to us ahead of the pre-season period. Ben will be unavailable for the opener against Newcastle Benfield tomorrow afternoon, so Thomas Bott will indeed be captaining the side for that one. So these are the details then that you need. EBAC Northern League Division 1 at the Sunderland LGV Park tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock for the opening game in the Division 1 season. Newcastle Benfield have had a mixed bag of results, a bit like ourselves during the pre-season period. In their most recent game, they went down 4-3 to Dunbar United from the East of Scotland League Premier Division. They were promoted last season, Dunbar, an up-and-coming club with a nice stadium and a nice new stand. And they play now at the second level of non-league football in Scotland, just one division below the Scottish Lowland League, which promotes into the Scottish Football League. So All in all, that is a pretty creditable result for Benfield last week, who I believe also had a man sent off in that match, which makes the result even more creditable. So no doubt it will be a tough opener for Dave Dixon and the players. If you want to hear Dave's comments and thoughts ahead of the start of the season, you can see them in another video on the Sunderland RCA TV channel. Just have a look on the channel video lineup and you can watch that interview with Dave. In terms of team news, RCA should have almost a full squad of players available to choose from, with the exception of Ben Riding and also Cameron McHarg, who's recovering from an illness currently and won't be available, and Chris Truick continues to be unavailable following his recent injury. Other than that, and Keegan Turn, is currently on holiday, so he will not be available either. Other than that, I believe we have a full squad of players to select from. Also on display tomorrow will be our new look match programme, fully glossy, full colour match programme. We have a limited print run for the Red Review, so do make sure that you turn up to the RCA, the LGV Park tomorrow early, just to make sure that you can grab your copy. In terms of the new season, it's the time of the year, I guess, when everyone looks forward and makes predictions. So the RCA TV predictions for the coming season, in terms of clubs likely to feature in the promotion hunt and also those who may struggle. Everyone's been doing it, so we will pitch in as well. So my tips for the title are Redcar Athletic. I think they've strengthened their squad very well. They have the infrastructure at the club to cope with Northern Premier League football, and I know that they want it. And personally, I think that if Redcar do get out of this division, then we won't see them back in the Northern League for a long time. I think they will go onwards and upwards. So they are my tip for the title in what, though, I'm sure will be a very competitive league. In terms of the 4 playoff places that are available this season, of course, playoffs have been introduced for promotion for this season following a restructure of the divisions above, as well as the obvious top contenders of Bishop Auckland and Whitley Bay, who I think most pundits are predicting. My other 2 predictions for the playoffs would be Heaton Stannington, who again have impressed a lot of people pre-season and are an ambitious and up-and-coming club, and I think a lot of people are expecting to do well. And my very dark horses, because of the way they've strengthened in pre-season, would be Northallerton Town. I know that will be a surprise choice for many, but I actually think that the dark horse is always good. There will always be a team that emerge that people are not expecting to do well in the division, and my dark horses this season are Northallerton. In terms of the other end of the table, well, I'm afraid based on squads as they stand at this moment in time, if I was having to pick a side to finish in the bottom 2 positions, then Towlaw Town would be my obvious first choice. They've had a poor pre-season and haven't been able to strengthen their squad particularly. So at the moment, I don't think they're looking in particularly good shape. And the other one would be Carlisle City, who again, I don't think are shaping up all that well at this moment in time. In terms of Division 2, despite what has been a pretty awful pre-season for them, I have to say, I am going to stick with the prediction that most people are making, which is that Newcastle Blue Star will come up and make it a double promotion on the bounce and win that division. In terms of a team that may exit in the other direction, well, I'm thinking that our near neighbours Sunderland West End may well struggle in the league this season. So that would be my predictions for Division 2. As for RCA, well, they say never make predictions about your own club, so I'm not going to do that. And that really is it, folks. We will find out, and we will have a much better idea come 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon who are going to be the runners and riders in the EBAC Northern Football League this season. Do come back. We are hoping to have a full classified check online for you tomorrow night. If not, it will definitely be on Sunday with a full roundup of all the results and stories from the Northern League, as well as, of course, a roundup of the remaining pre-season friendlies for clubs that haven't started their league programmes yet, and of course a full look back on that Newcastle-Benfield game. But until then, for now, you are up to date.